Hi, this is Paula, and welcome to Paula Forrester's Mysterious Ways. When you die, are you escorted home by angels, or do loved ones that have been in your life guide you to the other side? Do they come and visit and communicate with you? Can you see them? My guest tonight is a psychic and nationally renowned spirit communicator. She will discuss communication with spirits that have passed on and what messages they may have for us. And if we're lucky, we'll be able to make contact with a spirit that has been very near and dear to a great many of us. I've not given Joan her name or particulars to this person's passing, so we'll see what she comes up with. Then we'll take a short tour of some of the psychics and vendors at the November 21st Awaken Fair. It's a definite go-to event, so go when they come back in the spring. My guest tonight is psychic medium Joan Carra. She's a reader of cards, numerology, and spirit contact. Joan has also demonstrated her afterlife communication as a speaker at this year's Awaken Fair. She's an acclaimed psychic for over 25 years. Her work is recognized in books and magazines and newspapers. Joan taught at the New York City Edgar Cayce Institute, along with other prominent speaking engagements and classes. Welcome, renowned spirit communicator, Joan Carra.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Welcome to the show. So tell me, when did you first believe or know that you could communicate with spirit?
Well, that actually, I was already a psychic, but I was beginning my practice, and I was working at a restaurant, and one of the waitresses actually, she guided me. She said, do you ever get initials or names? I said, no. She said, why don't you try? So I said, all right. As for Steve. And then she said, oh, yes, that means something to me. Does he have a message? And I gave a pertinent message about love. And I was the one getting upset. And then she later told me a few months later that it was her son. He just had a car accident and he was dying. He was in a coma. And after she guided me, I freed myself up to, when I talk to people in a psychic session, to give names, and they were very happy about that. Now, not every time I give a name is it someone who's passed on. For me, I always get a symbol of a hand with yellow roses, which for me means welcome from the other side. And then it's like a party. You open the door, people come in. I just had one Sunday, which was interesting. I never met the woman before, and I'm looking at her, and I was getting messages from her husband, and I kept saying Central Park. She said, no, it doesn't mean anything. I said, any kind of park means something to you? She lived in Manhattan. Any park? And she said, that's my husband's last name, Mr. Park.
So tell me, what makes you truly believe that there is life after death?
Well, before I started this, I really did not know. And I also, it wasn't on TV 28 years ago about mediums. So I was not very experienced with knowledge about it, but it seemed like the spirit who would describe how they passed and intimate details of with their loved one that I have no, I don't even know the person. And then they would describe even things like knowing if they did a memorial for them and a fundraiser, they would know. And then they would know. One time a woman said, does my father know that I adopted two children? And the answer from the father was skating. She said, oh my goodness, I went ice skating with the kids this afternoon. So I said, well, they watch over. So I think
Mhm.
there is. And then we have people who had near death experiences. They experience things that are so beautiful they don't want to come back. So something's happening. It's a consciousness. It
Absolutely.
doesn't, the energy doesn't die.
I had a near-death experience during surgery. They over anesthetized me, and I was above the table staring at my body. And then I was rubbing my hand against the ceiling. And then I was rubbing my hand against the ceiling of an Egyptian pyramid. And then I passed through the pyramid and I was walking up a sand dune. And the bright light was on the other side of the sand dune, the sunlight. And just as I got to the top, I heard the nurse say, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? And they brought me back. So that was my confirmation that
Oh, wow.
yes, there is life after death.
Wow. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I was 19 years old when it happened. What training did you have after you had your experience in the restaurant?
Absolutely. You're going to laugh. Absolutely none. Well, in one sense, I did. I didn't go to classes for this. I grew up where my aunt was a psychic. She wasn't a medium. She used to come and read cards and then nine to the ace. That's how I read it, and read the coffee grind. And my mom would have dreams about when someone would die and she'd be correct. And my dad had like a metaphysical library. So in one sense, I had training, but not the formal training of classes as a medium. I did study numerology with someone, but she didn't have a formal school she was in. Palmistry, I looked at the books as a kid and older. Um, and I was guided by it. So it came natural for me. Um, it's like some people they have a lot of musicians in their family. So I think it's the same thing. It's genetic.
Now, when you're speaking with spirit, can you see the other world? Can you see what the spirit is seeing?
Just a glimpse. You mean, no, no. For me, like if I had to contact one of your people, what I see, like they're seeing, no, they show me no, no. The only thing they say is saying if they're watching over you, it's as though they see it through a window, a window, and it's a little, not that clear. I don't see, maybe other people do.
So, how do you believe that a spirit has truly passed on, or you're just getting psychic information from a spirit
That's a very good
that has
question.
passed
Very
on?
good question. I don't know. Um, some I can't answer that. Some people say, "Oh, you're just getting the client's energy."
Right.
I don't know how we would do. Well, sometimes the voice takes over. Not like if I go, "Oh," and I cough, they have to clear their throat. They have a low voice. Alzheimer's people, I'll get a very quiet energy, like it takes a long time in between each word. I don't know how you differentiate it. I do get details. So is it from the client or is it from the spirit? I think that's always been debatable.
Hmm. Absolutely, yes. Um, Do you hear them? Do you see them? How do you get these psychic information from them?
Well, a lot of times when I hear it as audio message, they'll say, "Tell Paula that," you know. And I also get a twinge, like saying if they died from heart problems, I'll get a little, very slight. It's not painful, but I'll feel it. And sometimes I see body movements, which can be fun. I was,
Mhm.
I saw once I had, um, I kept kicking my foot out as though I'm pressing the gate, pressing the brakes. And I said, I know this is common. Many people drive, but your father keeps putting his foot on the brake. And then the client said he was a driver's ed teacher. And some people, if they worked with a repetitive movement, I'll imitate that movement they did with their hands. In that case, it was with his foot.
Interesting. Um, Many of tonight's viewers were very close to someone who has passed on. And a lot of people are watching tonight to see if you can make contact with this person. So I'm wondering if you could pick up from me, if you can pick up from the viewers that are watching any information on this
Okay.
person. I'm not
What
going to
they're
say he
all,
or she,
it's for the
and
same,
I've given you
no,
no
for the same
information.
person, for the same person, the viewers,
For,
or each viewer has their
for
own
the same
person?
person. For the same person.
Oh, the same person. Okay. Now, sometimes more than one person comes through. I get a gentleman, um, around age 50 or so. Now, I do get him breathing, labor breathing. I get someone like that. I'm not saying this is the spirit, but I do hear this name. The names, we either get it or we don't. Or a Fred, an Ed, a Freddie, Eddie. Um, and he gets pain over here. I don't know if it's his teeth or something, but he keeps holding it is hard for him to talk. Now, was he someone? I get him like on the show. Was he on the show with you?
Not that
No,
I
all
know
right,
of,
I
no.
won't. No, but I get like something where oh wait, it's funny. Now I'm seeing Bob Dole. All right, I get somebody who, because you all know him. Um, he shows me a ring. So he was married, and he talks about his wife. Um, I don't know if he's reuniting, but there's a, a wife that he connects to. Um, he was ready. He says, I get as though there was hospital equipment to help him monitor him. And he says, I'm ready. He could have been older than 50, but I get him. He was getting frail and weak. Now, this one's a little bit harder because you're talking about a big audience. So I'm not focused on Paula. I'm just getting, there may be other people coming. I see somebody rushing in now. Somebody like anybody lose someone from the fire department? This could be other people, that I'm getting in. And of course, we
Not
see
that
the
I know
pets,
of.
but not that you know. Okay.
There
Rushing
was a
in.
fire
Was this?
involved with this person. There was a fire involved with this
There was.
person. There was a fire
Okay.
involved with
Okay.
this person. This person's house burned down
Okay.
shortly
Oh.
before their
Oh.
death.
Okay. So he's shown me a dramatic. Yeah, they show dramatic moments. So that's a big energy. So even if that doesn't mean he passed from the fire, but he experienced that trauma. Um,
It's
and he
a
says he has
she.
kids. It's a she.
It's
Was
a
she
she.
reunited with her husband?
She had a difficult relationship with her husband. She had a boyfriend and a husband.
Okay, but is there someone on the other side, a male? Not counting father. All right, but this sounds funny. A lot of times we get what they eat. I keep hearing the name. It could be a name, a nickname, could be a jar of pickles, a dog named Pickles. Something funny with pickles. Sewing. That would be someone older who's good at tailoring clothes, or they like their clothes tailored and neat. Their birthday. There's somebody's birthday in November, close to this person or close to Paula. I get a November
No,
energy.
no.
Well, do you have anyone in your life besides this person, November? All
That
right, there
passed
may be
on?
people in the audience. There may be people in the audience. Um, they love to do
Yeah.
their breakfast on Sunday, pancakes or something. They're the one who makes that. Um, well, they said it was time. It was they had their moments of pure joy, bliss, and laughter, and they had their moments of tears, like everybody else in life. And um, they're laughing because they were interested to finding out if they could explore that Egyptian temple that you were in for your interdimensional travel. Um,
Hmm.
they talk about healing. They're not a doctor, but they were interested in healing.
Yes,
Uh,
that is true.
yeah, holistic health or hands-on healing. Very into
Well,
that. And they
yes.
said it's a big study. They're going to continue that study. They feel as though they have a book of knowledge and wisdom on the other side, and they said it's a lot of feeling. They're talking about not just book learning. You feel it. You feel the energy. You feel the intensity of these emotions are a key to sending out the vibration. It's not just a flat thing, oh, I'm sending vibes. It's more like a really bringing up this very intense emotion. It's almost like that's what they're learning, or it could be they're a very passionate person. Um, and they're deep with expressing emotions. They don't
Yes, she
do
was.
anything half. She was. She doesn't do anything halfway. It's like I give it my all, and sometimes she gets frustrated because she gives so much, and she wants like immediate results. And sometimes that healing or whatever she's diving into could take a while. I don't know if she walked away from some projects or something, but did she? I get headaches, dizzy headaches, anything, lightheaded. The headaches.
That is how she died. She had a brain tumor.
I can't hear.
She
She had a
had a
brain
brain
tumor. Yeah,
tumor.
so that's why I was getting the head. Yeah. Oh boy. Um, but she said, but she surrendered to it, and even though we see the pain, it's as though the soul is rising above the body. Of the, so it's not they're rising above the body. She's glad she studied this mysticism and healing because it has helped her with her crossing over, and she still wants to work and study. Do you do any automatic writing
I have.
or want to? Okay, you may want to try to connect with her through that. She
Hmm.
would come through. Um, she wants to like write a book. I don't think she was ready to write a book in her life, but she's gathering knowledge. She can't stop studying.
That's true.
She also likes to have. She likes to have a good time, have a drink, go to some place.
Oh,
She wants. She has
absolutely.
some nice energy. Yeah, she says, "Let's girls' night out" or whatever. And she says, "I'm flying high with a glass of wine, and now I know how it is to be a witch." But she has some. some laughs. She loves laughing and camaraderie, and she says, "I'm going to show up sometime." So you got to keep your toes. She's like Twinkle Bell. I don't know why she mentioned Twinkle Bell.
She
Are
used
you
to be a
writing?
dancer.
She used to be a what?
Dancer.
Dancer? Okay. I don't know if my Twinkle Bell was she was a fairy, the Twinkle Bell. At the end, she was like drinking, she was juicing, health food, juicing, green drink or
I'm not
something.
sure. I'm not sure.
I don't think she could eat. I think solids were a little difficult, so she was doing some juicing. Masticize it. It was going all over her body. But I'm free. She has a happy. We're not happy because we're sad that she's gone in the physical, but she's happy because all the pain, all the fear, all the anxiety is gone, and she's coming to terms with loving herself more. And I don't know what she loved. Chicken. She always made a roasted chicken or ate a roasted chicken. Is that a food she loved? I know
I don't
chicken's
know.
common. You don't know. A lot of times food comes in. One time I had a spaghetti holic. I said, he eats it every day. And they said, yeah, even for breakfast. Um, and I get chocoholics that sometimes their favorite food is a little unusual. And that's when I like it, when psychics get fat. We're always eating.
She was a psychic, and she did work at the Awaken Fair.
Oh, she did? Then maybe I know
Yes,
her. Oh,
you probably
I don't know
do.
who
She was
passed.
one of the most popular readers at the Awaken
Oh
Fair.
my God. Wow. Yeah. I'll, all right. So, but I think she was, in a way, she wasn't that old. She wasn't 70. She was young. She was
Yes,
like,
very young.
what?
Very
Oh,
young.
very young. Yeah. Yeah. Not, it's like it's almost like who would expect such a thing? But I get the impression she lived in another state at one point. She wasn't always here. She lived in another state, even if it was temporary.
She,
Do you know that?
she traveled quite a bit with when
Yeah.
she was
So there was
dancing.
one
She
time.
traveled quite a bit.
All right. So there was one time she lived in another state. Um, but she's the type who can change around fast. She has a thirst for all this knowledge, even location, because travel brings a lot of knowledge. But she says, I don't know, this is not my expression. She says, I'm cooking with gas. But who talks about a waitress or a restaurant? Any connection to you or anybody in your family or her family? The
She and I
restaurant?
used to do psychic events at a restaurant in Pennsylvania.
Oh, and she would eat. Sometimes, she got some. Oh, wow, wow. Yeah, because she said it connects with you, the restaurant. Yeah, I did that. We all did
Yeah,
that. Wow, wow. Oh, even Pennsylvania. Wow. Does she have big full eyes?
big flies.
You know how some. No, no. Eyes,
Oh,
eyes.
eyes. Yes, very big eyes, which she did a lot
Big
of eye
eyes.
makeup on. Very
Yeah,
Egyptian eye
like the
makeup.
first. Oh, okay. Yeah, her eyes are the windows to the soul, and she could be a little dramatic. And she liked a lot of bracelets,
Yes,
like a
yes,
whole, not one or two or three, a lot of bracelets.
a lot of bracelets. She wore a lot
Yeah,
of Pandora bracelets and copper bracelets. Yes,
yeah, yeah. I can't go out without my bracelets. I think
yes.
sometimes she even slept with them. um, it's funny because she says her feet hurt. I don't know if you wore high heels or something to do with my feet hurt. Is that you or somebody? Do you
No,
know if her
that
ankles
would be
like
me.
swell?
That
That
would
would be
be
who?
me. Me.
Yeah. Any swelling? Okay,
Yes,
so take care of your feet. That's about standing up for yourself. Um, if somebody smoked cigarettes, did she smoke cigarettes or something else?
very, very rarely.
Smoky.
She smoked something else that
Ra-
was illegal. Let's put it that way.
Well, now it's legal. So she's got a
No, it's
smoky
not.
energy, but it's
No, it's not.
oh, it's
It's
oh,
not
it's not. All right,
marijuana.
then I don't know what it is. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I saw smoke around her, and like smoky quartz. It's funny. She shows me a smoky quartz, but then there's a little piece that's very clear. All right, this is a beautiful analogy. Like if you think of like that taupe color smoky uh, quartz, and then inside she shows me a little speck that's very clear. She says it's as though I'm the speck that's clear, the light that's inside the smoky quartz. So you think of it
Mm,
like a fog in a way, and it's slower energy. Um, but wow. And then when you get closer to people, there's the lights. Um, New Hampshire mean
it's
anything to you
interesting
in her?
because her stepdaughter gave me a smoky quartz pendant
Oh,
as a
oh.
memorial for her.
So see inside if you see a little speck of light. If you don't,
Mhm.
she's there. That she's that speck of light. Okay, New Hampshire mean anything?
Not that
No.
I know of.
Okay. Okay. Um, and she says it's a round circle. I don't know if it's a lake. It's not the ocean. It's like a lake that you could go swimming in, or she liked staying by this lakeside area. Okay, I don't know. Um, her oh, I'm getting confused with her mother. Her mother may have no. She's very. I'm confused about her mother. And maybe her mother is confusing. A difficult relationship with her mother.
Yes,
I think the mother was ah, and let her work on that. I don't want to describe it. You know, they need to work on understanding each other or peace. Um, I don't know whose name is Sarah or is she like Woodstock, that area? Socrates or something?
her boyfriend lived right next door to Woodstock.
Oh boy, she's coming through. She's sitting right here. Um, uh, I'm just laughing over she's giving you the details, you know, and sometimes the first minute isn't so easy, but here she comes. She did wear skirts, right? She didn't always wear pants. She wore skirts.
All the time. All the time.
Yeah, because she's saying, and the boots or whatever, because she says, I don't just wear, I don't wear jeans to the gigs. I don't wear just pants. I have to have like the skirt, the flowy energy of the skirt.
Yes.
Did she ever do it? Did she ever do her hair reddish, auburn, or anything? You know, women we change
She
colors a lot.
wore she wore the clips that went in your hair that made it multicolor. And she would often wear the
Oh,
red clips that went in your hair.
but it wasn't the hair color. Wasn't reddish. Okay. Um,
No,
Joanne or what? No. Yes. Okay.
no,
She was always on
not that
develop,
I know
and
of.
like this is the first. What? No.
She knew a lot
Uh,
of people that I didn't know. So it's
okay. And
possible
she
that
said,
she knew a Joanne.
okay, she was frustrated with, you know, for her to be sick. She just felt to have so much more to explore and to do that I don't understand. Like I'm getting the in the brain. Was it the right tops? Do you know if it was this area?
I
More
don't
towards the
know.
top? No. Okay. She makes jokes about it that maybe her psychic energy was too intense because you know she had an antenna. Um, she was an interesting child, also. Is there anything she shows me land? That could be Aries, that could be Greece, or that Mediterranean area where they eat a lot of lamb, or she went to Greece, or she's an
She
Aries.
had her son in Greece.
She had what?
She had her son in Greece.
Oh, okay. Here she is talking about that. Wow, she is an she's an adventure, and nothing stops her. She's just, and it was so easy. Like, so she doesn't have the fear
Absolutely.
of travel. She fits in any world that she lives in, and she loves all the ethnic groups and cultures and history. And in Greece,
Mhm.
she danced. Oompa.
Yes.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Right? I did
Yes.
probably. And she danced, and she had so much fun, and yet she was very serious. She could be very
Yes.
quiet, doing her studies, doing her candles or herbs or whatever it is she did. And that's hard for, because she loves her children, and I'm not sure if she had just one, but you know, whenever I have a mother on the other side, they're like try to grab to the earth plane because they still want to be responsible for their child.
Mhm.
Kidney beans, anybody with a kidney problem? You have to soak
Possibly.
something. She soaked her crystals. What?
Yes, she did.
Soap? She soaked her crystals. Okay, because she's very
Yes.
she says it's like soaking beans, but it's crystals. She's funny. Wild sense of humor.
And it was
Let me
traumatic when
get
they
some
had the
this.
fire. When they had the fire, she lost a lot of her crystals.
Oh, wow. Yeah. But she says on this plane, in spirit, she has them all. And there's even, everything's glittery. So, oh, that's interesting. She lost the crystals, but she's saying, but they were like embedded in her memory, which is interesting. And there's someone, she prayed a lot. Um, I see the prayer on her knees or praying, and she still took some like Mother Mary energy. She prayed to Mother Mary or was into her.
Hmm.
Um, it's funny because she says this: "Don't wear black to my funeral. I want color and vibrant celebration." You know that now they're calling, instead of funeral, they say a celebration of life. Um, and she's very aware about candles. She was very into her candles.
Yes, very much so.
She shows me a pink one for romance, or a pink, more like a coral pink, which is a little different. She liked, there's something to do with the salt water. I don't know if she took water from the ocean and used it for a ritual, or sometimes they put a cup with water next to a candle. Some people do that. She knew all
Hmm.
these elements of the earth. She was into
Right.
the elements. She wasn't,
Right.
she was like, yeah. So she has the elements. She's very different than how you work as a psychic. Okay. Um, Different, but you complement each other. I think you're more, in a way, grounded. Maybe you talk more. Maybe you're good for business readings. Talking to
Hmm.
people. And she had a great sense of humor. When she read.
Very
I
much
think most
so.
psychics, you have to have a good sense of humor to be a psychic, because it's so
Yeah.
absurd and surreal. Um, Randy, I don't know. I'm just saying the words. The card, I don't know if it's a memorial card or the business card. She liked, wait, I get like a felt or velvet, something, something's embossed. Do you know what she's referring to?
No.
No, it's a tactile. And everybody now, the youngsters, it's just the phone they touch. They don't touch everything the way we do, or the way we
Hmm.
used to. It could be her business card was embossed. All right, just try to look at her old business card if that's what she's talking about. She won
Okay.
like she has like a plaque. I don't know if she got honored for someplace.
That's a plaque that I gave her. I bought her a star
Oh
from the
wow.
star registry, and that was one of her prized possessions. I named the star after her, and
Oh
she had it hanging in her
wow.
dining
That's
room.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And in the fire,
And
she was
part of it is
most
like a
upset
big
about
cake.
losing that star plaque.
It's terrible. Oh wait, I think I know who it is. I, I'm not going to say though. She looked like a model.
Yes,
No? Yes?
yes,
I know who it is. Yeah. Yeah, she was like I remember, yeah, she was popular psychic and she was very beautiful and
yes,
um tall and thin and beautiful blue
mhm,
eyes that are magnificent big blue eyes. Yeah.
yes,
Oh wow. Yeah, we were all shocked because she was so young and it was like not expected. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm honored to channel her. I feel very like, because I did meet her and I feel, you know, honored because she's part of the Awaken Fair tribe family. So,
mhm.
oh,
Shall I give her
wow.
name?
I know it. I'm not remembering her name, but I think it was with the Y at the end, a two
Yes,
syllable name.
yes, it was
But
Zoe.
Zoe, that's right. I met Zoe. Yeah, she was so pretty and those eyes. And she always wore the skirt. Yeah. Wow,
Yes,
I had no idea. I didn't know till now because actually, I at the Awaken Fair, I usually just did the lectures. I didn't do the readings and I never went for the readings. This year I did the readings and the lecture. So I would just come in a few times just for the lecture. And then I do Florida, I do the reading. So Zoe, did I even meet her? Just walking around. I don't remember, but she had a big personality or reputation. Yeah. Wow.
yeah,
Wow. Yeah. I didn't know this. I didn't know this. I didn't know she was part of, you only mentioned she was part of Awaken um,
mhm,
towards the end. So I had no idea who I was going to channel.
right.
Wow. Wow. Well, let me just see. Well, she had wonderful opportunity. I mean, you know, uh, 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 being a mom with a kid or children is always difficult, but she is so into studying and pursuing her work. Um, it's interesting. Somehow some photos of her come up,
Mhm.
maybe from some photo shoots.
Yes, she
Uh,
did a photo shoot in Mexico. She was trying to be a model.
yeah, yeah. And um, she says, you're doing well doing this. It's very courageous to do the broadcast that you're doing
Mhm.
because it's hard. You have to learn the technical things as well as being the reporter, the interviewer, and getting the talent. And um, it's a big job, and you're doing a great job. Boy, at least she says it like this. At least I enjoyed, and I enjoyed the philosophy of life. She
Mhm.
had some difficult challenges in childhood, and she said, "I I earned my wisdom even at an early age, and to share it is like a privilege." Okay, I don't know. Probably her family's going to do something like a collage of her pictures.
I don't know. I'm not in touch with her family anymore. Her family and I
Yeah,
really didn't
yeah.
get along.
Yeah. Do you have to go to the dentist and do some dental work,
Do I? Yes.
Paula?
Yes.
She says prolong it. Because once you like say, oh, do the cavity, next time it becomes root canal, then it becomes an implant. So don't prolong it. You'll find the money. There's some, I don't know if it's Burger work. They don't do that anymore, but whatever it is to deal with your teeth. She's got you have a big heart. She said, oh, you were very different, but great pals.
Yeah.
And you have a heart of gold. Who sewed? Anyone around you who sewed? You sew?
I don't sew
SEW.
now.
I
No.
don't know if she did. Did Zoe sew? All right, could be one of the
Not that I
grandparents or
know.
something. Okay, somebody's coming like a grandparent or something, sewing the hems. Okay.
Joan, we're running a
Spain.
little short on time.
Oh, okay. So her message is enjoy the journey. And of course she misses everyone, but she says she was grateful for the time here, and you could always talk to her. You know that, Paula. She'll
Yes.
give you a little tip. If you're with a client and you're a little stuck, what should I say? She'll sit with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And beautiful friendship.
Yes.
Can't buy that.
Yes. Absolutely. You're 2 peas in a pod.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Joan, for being with us tonight. You were very interesting.
Thank you. I was very honored. I didn't expect this.
If someone wants to get in
Wow.
touch with you, how would they find you?
Psychic Joan at Yahoo. PsychicJoan at Yahoo, or Psychic Joan Carra, CARRA.net. But the best is Psychic Joan at Yahoo. The phone is too many robocalls. I prefer just the email, Psychic Joan, JOAN, at Yahoo. That's the simplest and easiest, okay?
And you're in Florida, right?
No, not in Florida. I'm in Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Why did I think you were in Florida?
I realized in the Awaken Fair, my lecture, we used 2 years
right.
ago.
Okay.
I had to take it out.
Do you do phone readings and things like that for people who couldn't make it out?
Definitely. I do phone readings.
Terrific. Let's send you a lot of customers. You've been great, Joan. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. I don't know, but thank you.
To those of you who did not have the privilege of going to this year's Awaken Fair in Tarrytown, New York, we've put together a short video of vendors, psychics, and experts who appeared there. Let's take a short look at the November 21st Awaken Fair.
My name is Tashi, and my store name is Tibet and Himalayan Handicrafts. Tashi Dilek.
Where's your store located?
I'm from South Jersey,
We're in South Jersey.
Wineland.
Okay.
You have to come to the beach.
Tell us about these beautiful singing bowls.
Okay, now my store specializes in Tibetan singing bowls. So Tibetan singing bowl has a long history. It has over 3,000 years of history dealing with meditation, yoga, sound therapy, and music. And I got just now a variety of singing bowls. The ladies are touching it, playing it. I have the machine polished ones, I have the hand hammered ones, and I have H ones. And then also besides singing bowl, I also carry gong, tingshas, dorje, purpa.
Now, what are all those?
All those are again used in Tibet religious rituals. But again, all has its own meaning for protection, for good luck, purifying the space, like that.
Can you give us an example of one of your singing bowls?
Now, this is called the hand-hammered Tibetan singing bowl. So you just place it on your palm flat. Make sure you hold the stick tight, and then you just tap a little bit in the beginning to warm the ball, and then you just play it by rubbing. The more energy you want sent into your body, you pressure more. This is a decent Tibetan singing bowl. Then you have
What does that evoke?
it aligns your energy points. You have 7 energy points in your body. It aligns your energy points. But you focus your mind on the sound. And what the sound does is really clears your negative thoughts, emotions, and also gives you rest. Now this is one of the gift singing bowl based on color. It's also based on chakras, energy points. So let's see.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, like that. And then it helps you. You know, here these days we have a lot of emotional issues. So to deal with the emotional issue, medicine is good, but again, that is not the only option. And this doesn't deal with any side effects. So you just play it, just relax by yourself. You can have a group session with the group you play, and it really helps you.
Do you have a group session coming up?
Yeah, in South Jersey again we got new holistic show, so I'll be there.
Do you have any information on it?
I don't have the information here. I got that.
If someone wanted to get in touch with you, how would they find you?
They have to go to my email, ralung59@aol.com.
How do you spell Raul?
RALUNG59@aol.com, or call me at 732-551-1673. Now I deal with this for 30 years. So I'm Tibetan. Our culture says, you know, bring the best and help the people, those who need help, by selling the real stuff. So I'm dealing with the real stuff and also reasonable prices. Okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I own Stardust Blessings Metaphysical up in West Haven, Connecticut, and we are the makers of Orgonium, which is organ technology.
What is that?
Organ technology, it's an old technology Dr. Wilhelm Reich developed back in the 30s and 40s. It dispels all radiation from cell phones, microwaves, wireless, Bluetooth.
How does that work?
How it works is Dr. Wilhelm Reich layered metals and epoxy, and he learned that he could harness energy in that. And what he did was layer in quartz crystal because he knew it was a purifier. When the epoxy comes up to temperature and it shrinks in its curing process, it forces the metals up against the crystal at such a rate, it electrically polarizes all the crystals. So it becomes a magnet for energy. It's run through the crystal matrix inside, and it turns all of the negative charges into positive charges, which totally dispels radiation.
Now, how would you use a stone like this?
These are personal. These are a pendant. Got one in here. So you wear a pendant. This is good for 6 to 8 feet around you, and this will absorb any negative charges before it could ever absorb into your body. It also balances the ionic atmosphere, just like salt lamps would do.
See, and what about the skulls?
The skulls, those are just for eye candy. We do different shapes, but they all go in a toroidal. Around the energy is toroidal, and it grabs all the energy, brings it up through the matrix and back out. The bigger the piece, the farther the field.
Now tell me about this aura
This one?
obelisk.
This is a chakra obelisk. So this is filled with orgone technology, and this will probably do about a half a mile. There's nothing there. Up in Canada, they use 5-gallon buckets, and they put them in the ground at the 4 corners of cell phone towers, and it absorbs all the radiation from the cell phone tower. They use this technology for years now.
And you're the owner and proprietor of this establishment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan from Westchester Body and Brain, and I'm a healer in Scarsdale, and today we're going to be doing a aura reading. So, what's your name?
Virginia.
Virginia. Jonathan officially. So, you're going to put your hands on the machine, just the way that they are.
How's big hands?
You're ready to go as flat as possible. And then just relax your shoulders. You're going to close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath in and out. And just kind of allow your mind to watch your body and let all the energy flow from inside of you. Breathe deeply as much as you can.
Let it go. Who wants to say that?
Okay, you can open your eyes now. Good, this is much better. You can take your hands off of the machine, please. Alright, so are you familiar with the chakra system at all?
Yes and no.
Vaguely. Right, so within our body we have 7 chakras which are connected to this certain type of colors, there's certain connecting to our endocrine system which is attached to certain organs which are also connected to certain type of form of expression and energy. So each of these chakras represent a form of expression, a type of emotion, and it has a lighter side and a heavier side, meaning that there's like pros and cons to a certain type of energy depending on the maturity or the level of that energy. So for you we see 3 main colors. We see an orange here on the left side. We see mostly this darker kind of green color, and then vaguely we see this yellowish color on the side.
And some blue.
Right, and then we see this like kind of faint blue. So we can see an ascension of energy, right? As the colors start to become brighter and opens more, then we'll see more brighter versions of the same colors, a brighter yellow, a brighter green, or maybe even a brighter blue, or even white can show up. Okay, so I'll come back to that one. You have 3 other boxes here which are very simple. This one divides the physical body, the mind or the emotion, and the spirit, the mental. This divides the activity versus relaxation, so ideally we want to have some place in between. Unless it's the nighttime, then the relaxation should be the highest. In the daytime, the activity should be slightly higher. In your case, it's pretty normal, pretty balanced. And then you have the overall energy level, which is the feedback that the machine is receiving from your body. And we want this to be anywhere between 400 to 600. This is a normal kind of energetic or electric state. Anything over 600 is really good. It means the person is very vibrant, lots of energy, but it could also mean that you have lots of tension as well. Anything lower than 200 and then 400 we can consider low energy, potential illness, depression, sadness, these kind of things. Anything that brings the energy down. So your case is here is pretty normal. activity.
Average, huh?
Yes, it's good. It's good. It means you cannot make an excuse, I don't have energy. Only thing is we need to circulate it. So the only thing here, which is that we want to make balance, is the physical body. We want to be able to eliminate this physical tension. So unless you woke up in the morning
Is
and
that the green?
this is the red here.
Oh, all right.
The green represents the mind, or we call shim, and the mind is expressed from the heart. Alright, so this is good. Between your spirit, mind, and body, and emotion is good balance, but your overall physical stimulation is the highest. So again, unless you're like physically doing lots of exercise, it shouldn't be this high.
I'm working constantly.
Right? So
7 days a week.
Right. So we say when you have inactive movement, you have active tension. So if your body's not moving to full range of motion, those areas are accumulating tension. So if I don't move my arm in the full range of motion that it can move, I will be restricting those muscles more and more as the days go on. So that's why we want to move our body. It doesn't have to be anything fancy or specific. You just fully move your body the way that it needs to. This is going to help energy, blood, oxygen, lymph, fluids flow through your joints, your muscles, right, and your organs and things like this. Now this is very interesting because when we see green, we call it the healer. So the green is the healer. The healer wants to express themselves. They want to share love. They want to kind of live in a space where they can express their authentic selves. But what blocks the healer is oftentimes one is not accepting themselves or doing what they feel that is the best thing for themselves, and two is controlling the environment to be the way that I see it. These are two things that will make stress for the healer. For example, like if you're working 7 days a week, if you're not the owner of that facility, actually maybe even the owner may have more stress, but because you're working with other people and potentially in a system which is not in your full control, it can create a lot of stress because it doesn't allow you to be you cannot be yourself fully all the time, right? The fact that we see a darker version of green can also symbolize that I'm not fully expressing myself the way that I want to. Do you feel that resonates with you?
Oh, I express myself. But only when needed, or when I feel it's needed.
Right. When I feel it's this, which means I decide and I control and I'm the one who's, sometimes things need to be said whether or not we feel okay to say it. Sometimes we need to have difficult conversations whether or not we want to have them. And for the healer, this is something that's natural. It's something that comes natural to the person who embodies this energy. In a way, we can say you didn't choose this energy. That's just the energy that you have. At this stage of your life, this is just who you are, right? This is the person that I want to become.
But are you saying that because I have so much green that I'm extensively a healer, essentially a healer?
We can say that. We can
am I
say
in
that.
A healing phase?
Right now, this is a healing phase because this can convert to, right? Let's say, for example, if you don't take action on finding a way to be more authentic for yourself or connecting with yourself, you'll put yourself in a place where you just want to be safe and comfortable. And that's what happens when the healer doesn't feel that they have a safe space to be themselves. They start to create that space themselves. I say what I want when I want, I do what I want when I want, and we create this interaction. In a way, we can consider like adults. That's being an adult. I do what I want, I say what I want, I do what I want. But the healer naturally has this connection to wanting to heal and work with people. Whether it's your children, whether it's your lover, whether it's your employees, but still I have this mind, I want to do something. I want to interact and express myself. Does that resonate with you?
I thought I was pretty good at expressing myself.
Yeah,
or definitely hold backs.
Yeah, so that's it. Even if it's 1% I'm holding back, it doesn't allow me to fully create an opportunity to say what I really want to say, or even once you say it, how you say it is more important than Why? Because even if you authentically express yourself, but it's in a way that's coming from just emotion,
Which it does.
then the other person may not receive it well, which what happens at that moment is you get upset because you just wanted to share what you really felt and they didn't receive you well. Now they're mad at you.
I can't blame you.
And then from that moment, it creates tension when your initial intention was just to share what you want and what you feel, right? So then one thing that we could practice is genuinely learning, one, how to communicate authentically, lovingly, compassionately to myself. Because oftentimes this inner chatter is what's blocking the flow of what's coming out to other people. So you know how you...
I don't know if it's the inner chatter. I know inner chatter plays a lot with it, but I'm trying to be mindful of it. And I don't always catch it, but I do catch it a lot of times. I do hold back, because you have to, in what I do.
What do you do?
I'm a caregiver.
Okay.
So yes, I do hold back. But then when I can't anymore,
it comes out.
of course,
Right.
not in the best way.
Right. So then you definitely want to have a practice for yourself that you can just fully express yourself
Without
without...
any time.
Right. You need
I
to
have
make
very
time
little.
for yourself. Because that's what self-love, the healer, whether you're green or blue or yellow, everybody needs time to take care of themselves. That's really important. And if we miss that opportunity, we know how time works and we know how the body works at this point. We need to open up ourselves, make time so that it doesn't accumulate. Why? If it accumulates, then it restricts. If it restricts, then you can't go where you want to go. And then your brain becomes stressed, your body becomes stressed. So then allow yourself, whether it's at home or in the studio, but find some way that you could just freely give to yourself, only for you. I'm sure you give to a lot of people, but you have to give to yourself. And the first part is this body.
It's kind of hard. Everybody wants a piece of it.
You have a right to say no.
The fabulous Awaken Fair returns to Westchester in the spring of 2022. You can chart their progress and chart who's going to be there, the readers, the healers, the psychics, the speakers, the people that do the aura readings. You can chart all that. They're going to awaken.com, awakenfair.com, and you can keep track of who's going to be at the next Awaken Fair. I'd like to thank my guest, Joan Carra, and the experts at this year's Awaken Fair for being with us tonight. I also do phone readings, and I'm also a medium. You can contact me for phone readings at 845-775-3492. And I do phone readings exclusively. If you're in the area, it's possible that we could meet for an in-person reading. Anyway, that's tonight's show. May your life be filled with love and light, and blessed be.